So, weiter geht's. Seltsames Zoom auf Nefers Gesicht, aber was will man machen? Ich frage mich, wie viel Zeit wir insgesamt wieder jetzt in dieser Story verbracht haben. Mir kommen die nämlich recht lange vor. Und das direkt bei 2 Story-Quests.
I'm totally out of my depth
Und es
here.
fühlt sich so an, als wäre der erste Teil, also
I want to do the whole name
Punkt
dropping. This
0
girl knows her
Version
stuff
in
thing
der
too.
Nummer
A
1.
statue with the head of a... That's Thoth, the
Fähiger
Ibis
Gecko
King,
konnte
one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret. Let's take a look.
Irgendwie so aus, als hätten... Ist das jetzt irgendwie eine krasse Katze? Katze.
It's just Ashru.
So, all is well? Typically speaking, at this point, the world disintegrates. Then we find ourselves back in the outside world. Besides, these are my memories. There's nothing to fear. You're sure? Of course. It's almost over.
Knowing too much is always a death sentence.
Speak for yourself.
How repulsive.
Ah. Dainslev und... Ja, das hätte mich jetzt auch schon gewundert, wenn das jetzt wenn es so friedlich ausgegangen wäre, wenn da so eine Cutscene dafür gekommen ist.
Timed that pretty well, didn't I?
Wo wir jetzt bei Schuld wären. Ich glaube, sie ist jetzt jemandem was schuldig. Damn, ich habe keinen guten Screenshot bekommen. Ich dachte, ich hätte noch einen gemacht. Aber die Antwort ist leider nein.
It's okay. I'm just glad no one was hurt. Paimon noticed you doing something too, Dainslev. Were you helping get them out?
Ob der das wohl gespürt hat, dass Dainslev da mit...
Of course. When I asked Nefer to conduct this investigation, I was not naive to the dangers involved. I had a duty to ensure your...
Good to know your sense of justice.
I take that to mean that you saw the truth.
I certainly did. And thanks to your help, I also managed to
Whoa, really? How'd you
Well, to be honest, I sensed that something was wrong long before we made it to the temple. By using this fragment to probe into Rerir's past, well, the monster formerly known as Rerir. It seems I alerted him. I was tracking him, then he caught on and started tracking me too. Can't say I'm surprised.
But how did he track you through your thoughts alone?
Rerir was a secret agent who reported directly to the Vinster King. He is an expert at
No wonder.
He infiltrated the chess set, read my thoughts, and built a new virtual chess set inside of it. That's why we...
Speaking of your chess set, it's quite a remarkable item.
You overestimate me. I only have a connection with one of his underlings, the Ibis King. You all saw how this came to be. A long time ago, the Iab massacred my tribe, the Shimti, in our home village. A few years later, I enrolled in the academia, where some new information came to light. The Unut and the Iab fought a bitter battle over the rights to a well, all for the sake of a non-existent 50 million mora. The Iab ultimately won that confrontation, but their victory came at the cost of almost every warrior in the tribe.
Und mit welchem Endergebnis? Wahrscheinlich nicht so gut, I guess.
The final blow to the Iab came at the victory feast, when an Unut assassin beheaded their chief right before my eyes. The remaining Iab, having gotten my revenge, I returned to my hometown, where to my surprise, the nearby temple was still standing. As I stood there gazing at the temple, I noticed a cat just outside. This chess set is my gift from the Ibis King. The chessboard within is made to the same specifications as the one in the mausoleum of King Deshret. With this chessboard in its container, I gained a certain ability to perceive hidden secrets. Now, you could conclude that the Ibis King simply wanted to give the people of this world the power to seek the truth, but I don't believe that's the full story. Every god plays favorites. Their hearts are as fickle as any human's, full of secrets, perversions, egotism.
It is the same with all powerful forces, including fate itself.
If you're alluding to the Abyss, then yes, gather the others. It's time to share everything I've learned. Thank you all for being here. As promised, I did some further investigating. The Rerir of Solnari, real name Rerir, was once a Khanrian sub.
Ist die Frage, wo Tolin das jetzt halt ist.
So that's why he's so obsessed with the moon.
A tragic tale, to be sure. But no matter how much Rerir suffered in the past, the fact remains that he is what we know today as the Wild Hunt, wreaking havoc upon innocent lives in Nod-Krai. He becomes more dangerous with each passing day. If left unchecked, it is simply a matter of time before all of Teyvat suffers the consequence.
A question for Miss Columbina. Forgive me if this is presumptuous, but have you ever seen the
Never. But I have heard stories of something called the Moon Gate.
Miss Lama?
In the lore of the Frost Moon Scions, the moon is believed to hold many secrets. The term Moon Gate is one I have heard before. But as is the case with all—
Then back to Miss Columbina.
Not at this stage, sorry. I do hold the power of the Frost Moon, and my strength is recovering.
But there's more to the power of the frost.
Yes. A moon goddess has the right to open the Moon Gate, since it is a path to the moon. But as Nefer mentioned, and right now, I need to conserve my energy to fight the Rerir.
I agree. Better to save your strength. But if you'll humor me for a moment, I have a bold conjecture of my own regarding the world beyond the gateway. I highly suspect that neither Tholindis nor Rerir made it through unscathed. The evidence pointing to this is the fact that with the abyssal power he wields, no ordinary foe can touch him, let alone tear him to shreds. And yet, the wild hunt proliferates wherever his scattered fragments...
So your theory is that Rerir was physically torn to shreds by some powerful force?
Makes sense to me. Explains why the wild hunt is so pervasive, and why he's been trying to piece himself back together. He was
Without the power of the Abyss on his side, he almost certainly would have perished the moment he was torn apart. But
I could not agree more. The power of the...
It is a compelling explanation, and one that accords with my present understanding of Abyss creatures. Whether the life form in question is primitive or advanced, this raises some interesting questions. That being said, regardless of whether my research bears fruit, I would like to thank Miss Nefer for conducting...
My pleasure, Mr. Albedo. I too...
Hey! What is it, Dainsleif? You look really upset!
It's just... When I think of the man I once knew as...
The two of you used to be friends, didn't you? I don't know if these words will bring any
Mine too. We can never know all the hows and whys of the way things are.
Those are the first comforting words I've heard in a long time.
Well, I think this is a good place to end today's meeting.
That's very...
Of course.
Sounds good to me. Take some time to rest and Hey, is this a bad time? Nice room.
Why not? It's just a hotel room.
If it's all the same, I'll just stay out here. I might not look the part, but I'm technically a knight. Barging into people... Anyway, Nefer went back to the curatorium to get some rest. Firstly, although she managed to trap the Rerir of Solnari inside her chest set, there's no guarantee that the power of the Ibis King is any match for one of the five sinners. Their powers are beyond our comprehension. It's only a matter of time before he finds a way to break out. We have to...
Honestly, I figured that might...
Well, I asked her that same question. She talked for a long time, but for the most part, it seemed like she was trying to convince me how precious her chest... It felt like some kind of sales pitch, you know? The kind where you end up handing over Mora against your will? Anyway, after all that, she finally answered the question.
2 days? Holy moly! Can we...
That remains to be seen. Which brings me to the second issue. Dainsleif is obviously conflicted about this whole thing. You have some history with him, right? Great. Alright, on to item 3. So, Albedo, Durin, and I put our heads together. We figured we'd bounce the idea off you first.
Oh, Paimon's dying to hear this.
Alright, so...
Warum erfahre ich denn nicht den
We felt a
Plan?
little uneasy about roping you into this. I mean...
Roping us in? Why would you even say that? We know the stakes here.
I choose my words very intentionally, I'll have you know. I like to think...
Sir Varka,
I'm all ear.
I think we can be more flexible with how the roles are allocated.
Ich darf nichts vom Plan mitbekommen, ne? Das ist insane.
I see your point, yeah. But if that's how we're going to approach this... To be clear, I don't doubt your abilities. Far from it. I just want to make sure.
I want to do everything within my power. The Rerir of Solnari is a truly fearsome opponent, and if I do my part, it'll greatly reduce...
Well, that tracks with what I've heard. Jean's mentioned in her letters, as in, most people weigh up the risks and rewards in situations like this. But you, of course, everyone appreciates a fearless pioneer. But all that aside, I'm the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
Thank you, Sir Varka.
I should be the one thanking you. It means a lot to have you on board.
Schön. Ich weiß tatsächlich immer noch nicht, was der Plan ist. Ja, das Gefühl, wir werden es nicht herausfinden. Ah nein, werden wir tatsächlich. Aber das, Guys, ihr wisst Bescheid. Erst in der nächsten Folge. Ich bedanke mich fürs Zusehen.